really like the word audacity, audacious.
That's how St. Norbert College head coach Hannah Size describes her young team, made up of mostly freshmen and sophomores.
By no means should this team have been any good last year. They shouldn't have been. They shouldn't have been able to come together as well. They shouldn't have been able to perform so highly. They should not have been in the middle of the conference at all. And they did something in their very first season that there are teams that will never accomplish.
Coach Size should know. She came to the Green Knights after finishing a successful run of her own as a college swimmer and assistant coach, qualifying for the Olympic trials. Size also knows how difficult developing a young swim program can be and admits taking over this team after only 1 year was a challenge for some of her athletes.
It went from the dictator with all the crazy colors on the whiteboard and saying we're doing this, that, and the other to a relationship where people felt like they could trust me, that they were comfortable coming to me with things that were important to them in their lives.
I had never had a coach that pulled me aside and sat me down for 10 minutes and made a plan of, okay, this is what we're gonna do to go forward. Clearly this part was not working for you, and this is what we're gonna do to fix it. And at conference, I totally rocked it. I never thought that I would be taking down 6 team records.
Me and her, we'll sit down and break down races, and she'll see something that I won't see, or sometimes I'll see something that she won't see. So it's kind of like a mutual relationship.
Coach Size says she carries a chip on her shoulder and uses it as motivation, with hopes of turning the Green Knights into a perennial contender in the conference and beyond.
I don't think it's impossible for us to be the foundation of a program that eventually shakes up the scene on a national level. I think we can do that. I have seen the fighting spirit of the team that I've coached this past year, and I think that, one step at a time. First, they needed to get to know me, and then next, we're going after the big dogs.
Men's team placed 4th at conference, and then women's placed 5th last year, and then this season, each team went up 1 place.
I think it's been super exciting to be a part of something that's in the making, because we're kind of contributing all of our separate legacies to kind of the bigger story. A lot of the records this season have been falling.
The Green Knights credit much of their program's early success to the makeup and character of the team.
This last season was probably the tightest knit team I've ever been on. This team has been through a lot with the coach change. We had some hiccups throughout the season, but at the end of it, I think this team has really come together.
With a liberal arts foundation that emphasizes critical thinking, problem solving, leadership, and communication skills, St. Norbert College offers academic excellence with small class sizes and individual attention. And with athletes from all over the country, including the states of Illinois, Michigan, California, and Texas, Coach Size leaves no stone unturned to find the right athletes to fit the program.
I'm going to sit down and find out who you are, because if you're not right for our program, what are you doing? If you are not going to be happy here, if you are not going to thrive here, if you are not going to embrace the competitive mentality that we're trying to build, if you are not going to have the guts to go after the difficult and challenging academics, what are you doing here?
And there are plenty of reasons why students make St. Norbert their #1 choice.
Well, I just really like the campus, and everybody is nice here.
You just feel and you just know that it's going to be a good place, academically, athletically, everything.
I toured a lot of schools, larger, smaller, everything in between, but the minute I stepped foot on campus, students were saying hi to me on my tour. People that I had never even known or seen before were coming up to me and saying hi and welcoming me.
I did recruiting trips to all these other schools, right? And it was when I came here, it was crazy. I was like, why are you holding the door for me? I don't know you. But yeah, everyone's so nice, and everyone feeds off the kindness from each other.
These Green Knights know they will likely be turning pro one day in something other than swimming and diving. And they say it is important to find ways to strike a balance between being in the pool and being prepared for class.
You don't get time to sit around and play video games all night because you have to be doing homework.
It teaches you good time management, because you have to learn it all on yourself, because no one has the same schedule as you, same classes.
I would like to think that most of us swimmers have it kind of down to a knack, because Our season never really stops. We're kind of like going year round.
St. Norbert wants to make sure the cost of higher education is affordable for students by helping them save time and money. More than 97% receive some form of financial aid, and they are guaranteed to graduate in 4 years. SIZE assures student athletes considering St. Norbert College as their college of choice that they will have a place to call home and a family to root them on.
You'll get here and you'll realize everyone wants you to succeed.
As soon as I met the team, I knew right away, like one of the biggest things that stuck out to me was everybody eats dinner together after practice, and that just like blew my mind.
Just the sheer amount of time that they spend with one another. I always joke when recruits come to visit that, you know, you don't have to set up appointments to meet swimmers. Like, you just show up in the dining hall, you will find them. You will find them in masses and hordes. They hang out there, and they hang out with each other too.
The Green Knight swimming and diving team is developing a culture of excellence, one you could be a part of. I'm Mike Kelder for St. Norbert College.